Hey, so we're back from Canada. It was an experience. It was an experience. 7 cities, 20 flights, and
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So hey, what do you guys think?
I think there's only one person I know crazy enough to do this kind of thing. And I think we're even crazier to just keep following you when you say those kind of things. But it was an experience. I don't know. I mean, we went through all the different kinds of emotions. There were days we were really excited, especially at the beginning. We were also excited. Yeah. By the time we got to the last 2 cities, we were so tired. Getting up was a miracle. I think there were also days where we were really in fight mode, where people wanted to lift and show them to God. And there were times when I had to be the peacemaker. Yes, believe it or not, I had to be the peacemaker. I was calming people down. I mean, and then there were days we just had laughs.
Yes.
Had laughs. Then there was a lot of food as well.
Hey, rice.
Rice. Too much rice.
There were also days you guys went shopping. Serious shopping. Women love shopping. Any day. Me, I just stayed and read my Bible. They all went shopping.
People who didn't like shopping, we kind of just rolled, just drew them in. There was nothing
but just in case you are watching, I don't know these people. All these people went on the tour with us, and on the extreme, my right is Minister Blessing. She helps with music because she's a worship leader also. So in some cities, she had to lead worship. Then she also helps with accounting and financial details.
The money
so
girl.
She had to check materials and paying for this, paying for that. On the other side, next to her, is Pastor Amaka. So she's like the global.
Anytime, you know that anytime we introduce Pastor Amaka, we go. I will say Pastor Amaka, then we go.
Because she's really like the engine room. She's the global coordinator. Yeah. She coordinates with all the national coordinators and all the city coordinators, so all the countries. So while she was in Canada, she also coordinated with the UK team, American team. In fact, the American country coordinator came into Canada to see her, to see what's happening. So she coordinates with all the countries and all the cities in those countries, and the volunteers. She actually with them, so she had to come because she had to come. Because she's all before we finish, we'll say why that she had to come was important. We'll tell you why. So then of course the me and PM,
me and of course.
Yes, now we know the know us now. Yeah. One of the hosts. We're one of the hosts, so me and PM. Then on my left hand side is Minister Ogo.
Who we call
her Auntie Ogo. So she's head of welfare, so she had to make sure we are all eating
and
sleeping
and gingered and shopping for children.
Taking medicine, drinking ginger tea, drinking everything else we need to do. So in charge of welfare, she's very bubbly. She brings spirit and brings energy. Because when we are all tired, or usually brings spirit up. So she's very, very vital to the team. Then we have the
last one of the team.
Exactly, that's the best way. That's the best
baby of the team.
She's the baby of the team, very innocent.
So I think that's what it is. She's very sweet.
Sweet, very sweet. I'm very entertaining without meaning to. Because when she says something, all of them like. So amazing. So hey. I don't know. Who wants to share? How was the experience? What was your high moment or low moment?
Let's start with highs. Let's start with highs.
I think my highest moments. Okay, I don't think I think my highest moments would be when Pastor Maka woke me up. Like I was the first, she walks into my room and I saw her. I said, I had to do like, I'm like, she's here! Because because she coordinated the entire thing while we're in Nigeria, her not being on ground.
Yeah, you have to explain. You have to explain why.
Okay, so she has to do a backtrack.
So we have to start with Amaka telling the story, then we now go into all that. So Amaka, you have to tell your story.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, it's called the long story
Yes,
short.
because we've done a full video on
because
it.
we've done a full video on it. I had applied for my Canadian visa here in Nigeria in January, and as at May, when we were traveling, I hadn't heard from the Canadian embassy. So we all of us, I would like to say, we all took a leap of faith,
Yes.
and I decided to travel to the US. To basically get the the visa. So we didn't have, I didn't.
No, we're not traveling to US. Get this out. We were traveling to US
to go to Canada. I was traveling to the US
because you were going to
because
try
I needed to get my visa. Yes, but so with faith and with God, got to the US when everybody left me sorrowfully. When everybody left, you need to watch that video because it gives detail. But God, God is God. That's all I can say. God did his thing. That's the way I would put it. God did his thing.
And he rules in the affairs of men.
Yes. And he made sure I got my visa just in time for the first conference. Yes. So when Blessing was talking about the fact that I walked in was because I didn't tell anybody. When I got the visa, myself and Kachi, who is the country lead for Canada, we planned it. So I booked my flights. In fact, when I was in the airport, Pastor was calling me like 20 times. I was like, this woman, the Holy Spirit to
do what? That if you don't show up, you will look behind you and I'll be right there on the hotel room with you. I will all be directing everybody else from there. Because Amaka is so vital to the team. So I knew that.
And I think a lot of crazy things happened. So imagine if we were flying to Canada direct. So that would have been a problem. But because we're flying through the US, you could join us and take that step of faith to get to the US and now go and get.
Because if it was Canada, she would have moved.
I would have left Nigeria. So God just did his thing, and so I didn't tell anybody. So I showed up at the house. I entered the house. We had the password, everything. Entered the house.
Early hours of the morning.
Like it was like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. the morning of Vancouver conference. Exactly. So I was thinking, who will I call? I called Ogogo. Was my first call but she didn't pick. So I now called Blessings. As soon as I heard Blessings' phone ring, I just walked in, and Blessing was like, "It took her a while. Like, you should see the spirit." I was like, don't you have faith? And, everyone now came out, and it was wonderful.
I heard Amaka laugh. So I now stood up. I said, "No, that's Amaka's laugh. I know that laughter anywhere." I just opened the door. I said, "It's
and I was slightly tripped by your faith because when you were traveling with us to America, and we were going through America to Canada, I was wondering, this girl
all right?
is crazy. She's flying by faith, believing that she will get a Canadian visa in America, and in 2-3 days, you're able to get your visa out. And that means, everything was accurate because we had to travel those 2-3 days. If not, you won't have enough time to. So everything was just so accurate, and your faith. Because I thought you were crazy. How you would leave Nigeria.
I was crazy.
Took time off work, left your family, and a lot of other people have tried that. Oh, I'll get to Canadian border or whatever, and they didn't get. But God just gave you favor, met the right people, and you got your visa in America. And the 10 years Canadian visa. And the trip would have been the same if you were not there. It would have just been the same.
And it was just so reassuring because as all those things happened, it was reassurance that God was
with us.
Yes.
God's favor.
Yes. Okay, so now Blessing can now explain her high. So that made it a high.
Yes. Okay. So when she walked into the room, of course I was sleeping. Then she just said, "Blessing." I opened my eyes because all of us, I'm sure we're already in the first city. We're in Vancouver already. We had moved. Our base was Toronto, so we had moved to Vancouver for the conference. So she said, "Blessing." And I opened my eyes. I rubbed my eyes because I felt, is it a vision? Like, how am I seeing Amaka? Because I had spoken to her before we went to bed. I said, how far? What are they saying? She said, God is in charge. I said, what are they saying? Because at least we should get a response. Let's know what's happening. I felt like God is in control. Those, God is in control. So I opened my eyes and I see her and I do. I just screamed, like everybody came out of their room, like, she's here! Because I don't even know how the conference mean, when the connecting point, like she's the connection to everybody and everybody, you know. So I just don't know how that would have worked if she wasn't there. So I feel like that's.
Does Amaka have her own high point?
No, okay, so getting my visa was definitely high point. Yeah. But I think also for me, the high point was meeting my city leads. I mean, I've been talking to them for months. I've been talking to them from January, almost like every weekend. Sometimes during the week, I'm awake 2 a.m., 3 a.m. because, you know, because of time difference, I would sacrifice my sleep to make sure that they are okay and all that. So getting to each city and meeting everybody, meeting Meme, meeting Precious, meeting Pam, meeting Dami, just as in that moment of how are you? Like, physically, because I mean, those guys are amazing. Chichi, even though some of them we fought, but you know, but nevertheless, just meeting in full Folusho. I met in fact, Folusho was part of my coup d'etat to come and meet you guys. So I met her at the airport on transit to Vancouver. She met me in the airport to collect my bags, so I would travel light to Vancouver. So meeting her, she, you know, it was just meeting all my city leads, you know, having spoken to them and just seeing them physically. There was just there was an immediate, they felt like family. Yes. It was an immediate connection, you know. So that, for me, that was, I had high in 7 cities.
Okay.
For me, I think we were, my high and my low was mixed together because I was having a low in Vancouver. We got to Vancouver and I just felt everything was so disorganized and I'm like, this is the first place. Like, how does this even happen? And then we're trying to get, Ogo and I were trying to go and get stuff for children's church because I just couldn't sit down. I didn't want Amaka to carry everything, so I was trying to sort out some things. And then while I was there really exhausted, we just came in. I was exhausted, I was just standing there, and then one lady walks up to me, and then she says, "Oh, Pastor M, hi, I'm sure you don't know me." But of course, I'm used to people greeting me like they know me, so I just greeted her, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And she just says, "Oh, I'm sure you don't know me. I'm Diche's friend." I was like, "Oh, hi, Diche's friend." I'm smiling. She just said, "No, that's not why I came. You prayed for me a couple of years ago, and I said I must come for this conference. I wanted to show you your baby." She just showed me her baby. Oh, hey, God. Like, this is Hannah's her baby. That was, you know, that was like God saying, don't enter any mood. I don't want you feeling like, no, this is not about just the conference. It's also a validation for some of the other things. So seeing her, that was the girl that was commanding all of you now. Sit here. No. That was like, yeah, that's my baby. That's my baby. So I think that was one major high. You know, yes, meeting everyone was really nice, but just, you know, that was like validation. That was like God just giving me a ray of sunlight in a really dark day. Yeah. So I think that was my major high.
So, Auntie Ogo.
I think that mine was getting to meet the welfare people. You know, when you meet your replica, it's surreal. Like, first of all, the first person I met was Ivy. I'm like, oh, okay, bring your bag up. And they're carrying my bag and they're doing this. Okay, what do you want to eat? And they're preparing. I'm not used to it. Don't. No.
Because you're the one always.
Yes, because I'm always on this side of, you know, I'm the giving. No, I'm not okay with it. I want to carry my bag. They say, no, let me carry. At some point, Pastor M had to say, oh, God, leave it, let them serve it. I'm trying to keep my hand and it's not, you know, letting me. You know, getting to meet them and they want to serve. I said to one of them that getting to meet Canada people is a proof that there are still kind people on earth. I could not imagine it. Oh, no. Chichi is a vibe. It felt like my mother had my mother has a child in Canada. My mother has a child in Canada. I'm like, no, you can't do this. What's going to happen to this one? Do not pack it. What's with that? No.
That was Chichi in Calgary.
Chichi in Calgary. Calm down. We need to be okay. I'm like, no. There's just a lot of them getting to meet all the welfare people. I'm like, oh God. You know, when you do things in your little corner, you think that, oh, it's just you, But by the time you go out and see that God still has many children, that all the people that have not bowed to bow. No. And then the second one is getting to see people celebrate Pastor K and Pastor M. I don't think I've ever seen it like this.
Oh, this is your first trip?
Yes. Yeah. Pastor K entered, I think the worst was either Calgary or Ottawa. He entered and the hall went. No, I think it was Halifax.
It was Halifax.
Yes, I was going to say he entered and the hall went ballistic. I'm like, is Pastor K? I said, I've been seeing him now. As he was like, can we carry you? Can we lift you on the ground? And just find out that the thing we are looking at is daddy and mommy. People are looking for a way to grab them and just lock them up, So I think those are my high.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's good. And that was your high.
For me, it was just the people. I don't think I've met kinder people.
Yes, Canadians are so
In
kind.
fact, it was such an experience for me. I kept wondering and I kept asking, wow, are people still this kind? The people I met in Canada are amazing people. The height of them all is Felicia.
That girl.
Felicia is amazing. Felicia is such a darling. I didn't think she was real. I met so many people, and almost all of them, apart from someone that I saw. I didn't actually have a one-on-one meeting with the person at the airport, but apart from that person, every other person that I got to meet in Canada and in all the cities were absolutely amazing. They were kind with their words, with their actions, even with just looking at you. There was something about their eyes that breathed kindness into the atmosphere. That was for me, that was the highest point. But another thing that I found amazing was the city of Vancouver. Was it Vancouver? Because I remember sitting at the window side and I kept looking down and all I could see were mountains and snow on top of all the mountains. So in my mind I was thinking, do I have something warm enough before landing here? And when I got there, it was literally warm. And I kept asking, why am I missing something? Why is it so warm? I mean, I could see snow everywhere before landing. And I said, oh yeah, that's the way it is. It could be the coldest, but it's actually the warmest in the summer. And you can see snow on the mountaintops. And right down here where we are, it's so warm. And it's such... Canada is beautiful.
Yes,
very beautiful.
It is.
It's British Columbia. They call it beautiful British Columbia. So
that's why you resonate with you, being British.
Being British.
British and everything.
Beautiful. My own high and low were together. Of course, doing the tour was a high. Going city to city, meeting people. Most time when we do, like we always say, when we do things online or shoot like this, you're just seeing numbers. You're seeing 100,000 views. You're just seeing camera, but you're not seeing people. But every time we travel, we're able to meet these real human beings. And when you see people that tell you, oh, I listened to this particular message, or you helped me at so and so time. So it's kind of nice to actually be seeing real. I'm a people person. I need to see people. Then meeting people that drove 12 hours, to get the people that flew from the United States to come for the meeting. So when you see real people making sacrifices like that, people of all nationalities. Countries I've never been to, but I've seen people that say, oh, I know you, and they are Asian, they are from Caribbeans, from, Francophone African nations, and, so many people. So that was the high. Then the low is that in some cities I felt maybe they didn't, a lot of people didn't turn out as much as well. Now, the numbers are good generally, but, there's some places I actually expected maybe a bit more, because of the effort, the work we are putting into it. I felt more people should have come out, more people should have been blessed, and I didn't know how hectic this was. On paper, it looked good, but physically doing it is something else. Jumping on 20 flights.
I think you should change that thing from on paper to in vision. Because you look at vision. I saw paper. It was not going to be easy, but you just see the vision.
God, it was hectic. There were days we were like robots. Just our eyes were half closed, just rolling like robots because we had not slept and we had to catch the next flight. And you ladies, as fragile as you guys are strong because we were lugging baggages, big baggages, and it was amazing. But the team in every city, having those people on ground made a world of difference. It would have been impossible to do this thing without those people on ground. So all the volunteers and the team that helped with protocol, picking us up at the airport, especially the Toronto team, because that was our base.
Shout out to you, Dixie. out to Toby.
Yes.
Toby was our guy.
Shopping.
Dress up in the morning at 8 a.m. Show up at our doorstep and be with us till midnight.
Yeah.
Just sit in the car. We say, Toby, we're done in this store. He will come and carry the bag. Sit in the car. Sit again. We'll say, Toby, wait. Toby, we can come. We will go. Come and and then we will get to and be like, this thing is not Pastor K's size. Because even though he didn't go shopping, we bought for him. This is not Pastor K's size. Okay, don't worry, ma. I will take it back for you. I'm like, are you serious? I'll take it back. Just a few minutes. You go and go.
Amazing.
That guy is an angel.
And he's still working till today because there's still some shutting down that we're doing in Canada. As at yesterday, he and his team and Felicia buzzed me that they've moved all the items because we need to that's the packing up. So he's still working till today. The team in Toronto is still working till today.
Felicia.
Amazing.
Toronto team. And because it was our base, in fact, it got to a stage, it just felt like we lived in Toronto, and these people were like people that we see every day because they were literally picking us and dropping us almost every other day.
Yeah, and Papa, they would also get into the house, stock up the house, clean up.
Because you don't have time to clean. So they'll clean up, make sure we have eaten that night because we're going to have to leave for the airport at 6
very early in the morning.
So they'll wash up, clean up, then leave and lock us in.
Yes.
Amazing people.
In fact, the reason why I was laughing a few seconds ago was because I just remember that when we were leaving, Ada was crying. Ada was crying like, Felicia, oh my God, I'm like, Auntie, we don't live here. It just feels like.
That Toronto team felt like because we're seeing them almost every day. They're either picking us or dropping us.
Or just even coming to chill. So she'll just sit around and we'll be talking and
just be quiet.
Like the day we were going to leave, she was with her laptop. She was working. She had her headphones on, and she was using her laptop to log
at the airport.
bags. In fact, something happened on the trip. I don't even think I think it was only God that knew. So I forgot. I think we went to. I think it was Ottawa or one of those last minute places. I forgot something. I forgot my token purse.
She forgot this.
I forgot. Wait now. I forgot I just want to say how amazing Felicia is. It was on the way to the airport. I checked my box because already Lagos has started calling me. We need to do this. We need to do that. I said, Felicia, as I'm here, like I'm dead. Because that thing I'm dead. It's even better. So she was like, she was like, okay, Dad, I should not worry. She went in. I told her where it was. She picked it up. So I said, Felicia, I need to do a transfer now. Check behind 357. Felicia will check and say, what code? She will tell me. I will do the thing. We're good. I said, Felicia, I need you to check behind 356. She will check. She will send me the code. I will do it. I said, that's how amazing Felicia was. She entered the house, did it. Before we came back, she came in with it. Felicia, that game is okay. She's my city. I'm very proud of you.
So okay, but tell me which cities, or tell me. I don't want to say which cities did you like because we should like every city. But tell me your experience in each city, as in the vibe and whatever of the cities, the vibe of the event in the city, things like that.
In all the cities, my highest, the one where I think was the highest point really was Halifax. Halifax, there weren't a lot of people, but the people had so much passion that I had to stop and look at them. Every one of them. It was almost as if everyone there was a volunteer. They were all
energy was great.
Every one of them were great, and you could see the hunger. The hunger for knowledge. They didn't take us for granted. In fact, they were so hungry for that knowledge. It was amazing.
I don't know if it's because normally when people do meetings in Canada, people rarely go to Halifax. So I just felt this Halifax. Why is nobody going there? Let's go there. And I towards the end, I was after the 3 days marathon, the Saturday, Sunday, Monday of Calgary, Toronto, and I felt, why are we doing extras? Because I was fagged out. I couldn't talk. I couldn't think. I preached 3 days straight and traveled those 3 days. So I couldn't even do anything. I was wondering, why did we do this last 2 cities? And that can we refund their money? And just go home. And I was too dead tired. But at the end, after we did the Halifax particularly, I felt, thank God we added it because it made a difference. Because people don't usually go there, and it's first of all, it's a beautiful city. It has water. It has a lot of oceans. And yes, Pastor fell in love straight. Pastor told me straight, let's buy a house here.
And houses are not expensive.
And by the ocean side, and you can do boat cruise.
I just have to report it to the world. You said
not yet.
Seafood.
Not yet. The seafood. So, but when we got there, the people themselves were something else. The energy, and most of them were not even Nigerians. Because most of the cities we went to, the dominant population were Nigerians. Halifax was one of the cities where, in fact, you could handpick Nigerians there. Most of them were from other African countries, from Caribbeans and other things. So I was shocked that we had that much followership, from other nationals, and they were incredible in terms of materials. Like they were hungry, like I said, they were hungry for materials. So in terms of ratio of materials and per person, they were the highest. So they bought more materials. So phenomenal.
For me, it would be Ottawa.
so
why? Because I was on the resource stand and I met someone that did not speak English. So she walked in and she was looking very beautiful. So I said, "Oh, you're so beautiful. I love your makeup. I love the way." So she was looking at me and I knew that she didn't understand. So the person that came with her said, "Oh, she doesn't understand English." So first of all, I was wondering, you don't understand, what are you doing? What are you doing here? We don't have an interpreter. And she said to me, which was absolutely amazing, she said that I'm going to interpret every single thing Pastor K says in this conference for her.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow. Are you serious? She was like, yes. So that was why when I said you're looking beautiful, she didn't understand what I was saying. So that means, so she had to now, in fact, I saw her interpret that, oh, this is what she said. And she smiled at me, she now said, whatever it's in mercy. And this one said thank you. So I'm like, that was what happened throughout the conference. So that for me was very.
And she came from another city.
Yeah, she came from Montreal.
So that's some hours on that province.
She came from Montreal for that particular. Yes, for that particular conference.
If we ever do this again, we should consider getting a French interpreter for you.
Yes.
For Canada.
If we're doing in Montreal.
Yeah.
Or cities close to Montreal.
Because a lot of them came. We met from Montreal to Ottawa.
Yes. And the funny thing is that she also bought books.
So in my mind, I'm wondering how are you going to?
Yes.
She was so excited.
Happy,
She was, she's here for CPK. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, so for me that's one thing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Interestingly, someone stopped me in Ottawa and said to me, she was at the back, and said to me, if you ever need anyone to interpret your books, that I would do it for you. Wow. She was right there at the back. And I said, okay, please send a message to Ldmwithpk and all that.
Are you serious?
That was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Halifax
Ottawa was my own best in terms of teaching.
Yes, the pool.
Because the pool, if I wanted to speak for 5 hours in Ottawa, nobody moved. In other cities, by the time I preached for 2 hours, people had started leaving to go to work or whatever. But Ottawa, maybe because it was public holiday, but the pool was phenomenal and I was not even tired. I could have continued. I just stopped because I knew I had to stop. Not because, the flow was very good. So Ottawa, they were really good with the pool. I enjoyed myself with the team.
So for me, Halifax, like, no. They were small, but they had power. They could. You were still taking pictures outside when I came in. The dance, I said, this MC, what exactly is the point?
And I didn't tell you to do that.
No.
You just started dancing. In fact,
and then people came up the stage and the vibes. I ran down. I said, Mama, come. Is that me? I like ginger. People do it. I cannot be boring in the house of the Lord. And then when Pastor K walked in, and then when they want to buy book, give me one of each. Give me 3. Somebody bought one of each and bought another one of each for somebody else. I said, calm down. Remain for others. Like we almost left empty.
Yes. We had empty boxes.
Empty boxes.
And there were also of cities that got the free hall.
Yes.
So it cost us
In
the
fact, the total cost per person per attendance was Halifax.
Yes.
Despite the small number. And they got a lot of things were free based on it. So Halifax
And they had a short time to do all
Yes.
this work.
Yes. And then I liked the house in Halifax.
Yeah, the house.
the house
So
was nice.
very nice.
Oh, that's the house we
And there was no top in the house.
Yes.
You don't want to leave the house.
And they said, I'm going back to the house. I said, we're going to the house. She said, no, I'm not going back to the house. I'm not packing my bag.
The house was just
It was amazing. It was beautiful.
We almost didn't wake up that morning.
Maybe we'll consider that house thing in Halifax. Halifax, if you give me a cheap house or a free house and a discount, by the water, it has to be by the water.
I'm telling you.
Has to be by the water.
You shoot content.
Yes.
It will be amazing.
Yes, it has to be by the water. So we'll consider it when you people are treating us. Halifax.
I like Calgary. I like Calgary too. I like.
You enjoyed Calgary.
Oh,
yes. You enjoyed Calgary. You connected with welfare connection.
And the area, the place. I just said to myself, I said, I'm going to move. I started having ideas. I'm going to Calgary. I started doing calculation, permutations, calculation, yes, and all of that, It's just a beautiful place. So those two cities for me are just beautiful.
So, Halifax, Ottawa, Calgary.
I'm not picking. Because I think every city, and because of my city league, they have, I can't say everything. Everybody, Toronto, Winnipeg, I'm not picking. Winnipeg, Marie,
Winnipeg.
Yes, and Stella, yes.
Mamachi and Queen.
Pastor
Yeti. Pastor Yeti. Pastor Yeti.
Pastor Yeti. God bless you, ma. God bless you, ma.
Yam is gold in Canada.
So anybody that gives you yam in Canada, respect the person.
And it was sweet and
Sweet.
And then your father did
everything.
Oh, no.
So I'm not picking, I'm sorry. I loved every city. Every city had their own. Even though if I was going to move, it would be Halifax.
This Halifax.
It was, no.
Get us a house. Twin duplex so that Amaka will stay next door.
But I'm not picking.
Okay. I had different. I mean, for every city, it was different for me. So Halifax, I loved. I fell in love with the city instantly when I walked in. Loved how beautiful. There was the sea, of course, and everything. The houses were quaint and old English, and it was really nice. I really liked Halifax. I liked the energy of the people. I loved how hungry they were for resources as well. I liked Ottawa because of the pool, like Pastor K said. In fact, I really liked Halifax, that a new message came out of me. And normally, I'm not like a person, I would prepare my message. I just got on stage and a new message came out. So I liked Halifax. I liked Ottawa. Ottawa was first place I decided to start sharing. All the other places I didn't really share. So Ottawa, I loved their vibe, loved their energy, loved the multicultural people. A lot of different people were there as well. And then I got to meet a lot of people. The book signing was really, really nice. Toronto was a large crowd, as Toronto would be. It felt very like Lagos, like we're in Lagos. But I mean, even if there was something not to love about Toronto, pollution, absolutely loved it. We enjoyed our time there.
Phoebe was another very quiet voice.
Yeah.
So it's like,
There's a guy. I can't remember his name. There's a guy
that was that helps us to lift
all those things, all these things. Yes, I'm sorry. I can't remember his name. Like whenever we get back from any trip, carry the boxes because we're in two floors. He would take the boxes up the stairs. And all of us are standing as well. Thank you. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Smiling. No atom of frown, nothing.
Vancouver.
But Dami was phenomenal.
I was going there. Dami was the reason why I forgave Vancouver. Dami was our only male team lead.
Yes.
The guy was
there was another one, but he was the main one. And Yari was in Ottawa.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. But he was.
But Dami was a one-man army at the end.
Mama Vancouver, you've forgotten what's his name? Is it Obedience?
She's the guy that was taking pictures.
The name is a verb.
Yes.
No.
Yes, one was taking picture of everybody.
Yes.
It's not obedience.
Believe, remember. He was exhausted.
Yes.
But he was still going. And he would still be cracking jokes.
Yes.
And he would never eat. No matter what you do, say, I'm not hungry. I think we collapse here. I'm not hungry, ma. I'm fine, ma. We're very happy, ma.
Unfortunately, the guys' names don't stick. Because that guy that was lifting those heavy luggages, I think we should mention his name. If somebody can even text solution now, let's remember his name. Then there was a guy that also drove me. Kachi will know that guy's name. The guy drove me to catch my train to Montreal. In a Benz. The guy made me like, no, it's a BM.
The guy that lives right behind the Calgary house.
Yes.
The guy made me like, because we were running late, the guy had to...
He was Ottawa.
From Ottawa, yes. I took the train to Montreal. The guy had to drive, he had to push that car. We had to drive some crazy driving. I like crazy driving, you know. And blessingly, we didn't get tickets. The guy drove.
Yes.
I told Catherine that the guy drove from Lawan driving for us not to miss the train. And it was beautiful. I enjoyed it. And I started liking BMW after the guy drove that driving. It was good. He matched the car. I enjoyed that.
And then I think I really liked Winnipeg as well. I like Winnipeg because I feel like I have family.
Stella and Tony. Then of course we met my daughter Rizzo, Banky, yes, they are the Houston.
At this rate, I hope people can hear us. So I really liked Winnipeg. I really feel like they are family for us. It just feels like going home because you see our people.
Then on that place where we met a lot of our people, Regina,
What made Regina so great was the fact that our people, a lot of our people. Regina, in fact, interesting was the place that some people we know wanted to fight. So I had to keep calming them down. Don't worry, we're almost done. And it was the last city. So we to fight
so we're already winding down.
And our body was ginger. And I say, their body. They're like, what? Just allow me. Just let me. Mama, just let me. Just let me. I'm like,
I think it's on that city.
Just wait, mommy. It was good. It was really good. Yes.
It's on that city too that they were happy that we came.
Yes,
because
Regina,
people don't really go there. A lot of times you will need 2 flights to get to Regina from wherever you are. But
I also that's funny enough, that's another city I think I can live in because I love it. It's like all those Anne of Green Gables, house on the prairie kind of locations.
And incredibly, there are so many Nigerians on the street we stayed. Literally, that street should be called Nigerian Street because the backyard Nigerians front, you are people everywhere. All Nigerians speaking Nigerian dialect. I was amazed. Like, are we in Canada? All Nigerians have run away.
But I want to ask, my own question is, what was the major culture shock you got when you landed in Canada? What was the major thing for you there?
Canadians are chill.
No stress.
They are not in a hurry.
No, they are not in a hurry, and nothing is like I said, nothing is fight. Let me put it like that.
Nothing that's deep.
Okay, so let me give an instance. Okay, so I think it was our trip back to Toronto from Ottawa. So we had the way the flights were. PM was on another flight, and the rest of us were on another flight. So before we got to the airport, we had already planned ourselves. They're saying that when we get there, we're going to tell them,
nothing but
so I tell you that we're family all your pride. How could they have separated us? You know, the works.
Pastor Maka said, let's plan our fight. How will we shout?
So when we got to the counter, we met a black guy, not Nigerian, but a black guy. And you know how we had planned one speech, how we're going to say, you can't separate us. And he was like, what do you want? We said, we want to be on the same flight. He said, which of the flights?
Do you want me to move?
Do you want all of you to leave all of you? Yes. We're like, anyone, but we all want to be on one flight. He said, hold on. He picked up a phone and said, it's a family of 5, they all want to be on one flight. And we're like, Pearson or what's that MME flight? Billy Bishop. He picks up the phone and says, is it Pearson or Billy Bishop? We said, anyone. Pearson. We said Pearson. We said Pearson. And he said, they want Pearson. Okay, so that's all. He said, okay, Pearson. As they moving, so they moved.
All the fights were carried. Everybody moved brought.
All of us in one flight. Like, no, we didn't pay anything. No
explanation, no fight, no anger. I was not saying this. We were delaying this. We see people at our back. This wasn't even look angry. They just waiting their turn. Like,
if it's in any other country, before they do that kind of thing for you, you pay for change of this one. You will do this one.
Even take us to one side. Ask manager to attend to you. They attended to us. Everybody.
It's chill. Like, have a good one, guys.
Yes, have a good one, guys. So for me,
we spent almost 30 minutes or 20 minutes with him on that counter. Every other person behind us was okay with waiting. I said, wait, so what's happening? You are not in a hurry. No, you are the angry.
Why you take time? People show us up. Nothing. I kept asking, see these people, are they not catching a flight? These people behind us.
No, it's the same thing actually. In fact, sometimes I was like, can you just move? Can you move?
Almost beat up.
There was one lady the lady asked me like 5 times, where am I going to? I'm like, can you not see it on your system? No, I think that one. So I was like, chill.
But they're also very kind.
Yes.
They're also very kind. Yes. You will just be amazed. People are opening doors for you. People are helping you. They're patient. Nobody's rushing anywhere.
Yes. Nobody's angry.
Yes. Nobody's angry. Yes. Random people just start up a conversation. Yes. How are you? You're from the cab guy. Can you remember the cab guy?
Yes.
Oh, your name is Blessing.
I'm Favor.
I said, sadly, none of us are Grace. Grace and Mercy. The guy said he was in Port Harcourt or something. There's no one they don't tell you their shit.
Yes.
That's another thing. That was a culture shock for me too. Yes. How open they are. And they expect you to be open too. Yes. So I do this. So what do you do? Oh my God, I don't know you.
First of all, their kindness was not a shock to me. It's something I'd like to see more often. It was a pleasant surprise for me. But the other thing was how obedient people were there. I mean, why can't we all just be obedient? It would really help. It would really help. I had to ask where, because my observation was that every car I went into would get to a junction and pause. And I will look around. I won't see any vehicle. Maybe we had like 3 cars going in a row. Each of them will get to that same junction with no car around and pause before taking their bend. It's not like they're going this way. They're just going like that, but they will stop. And this thing kept happening that I had to just ask, please, why are you stopping? And there's no traffic light. And they said, oh no, that's a driving culture.
Yes, when you get to the junction.
Whenever you get to a junction, you stop for 2 seconds. I looked for camera. There was no camera. There was no police, no last man, nothing really. And then we are stopping.
And you know the interesting thing is you go as you came. Yes. So if we are 3 in a row, if I stop, I'll go. The person that came there will stop. When I go, is that person that stopped to go. It won't be that because this lane is moving. We're all moving.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
For me, it was a shock. I didn't think
everybody takes turns.
Yeah.
So I move. Person on the other side will move. Person on the side will move. So we all take turns.
I think mine would be that I didn't see any police on the road.
Yes, I noticed that throughout.
That's single police officer on the road.
Yeah, but there was police in Victoria. But what they didn't have in Victoria was Uber.
No Uber in Victoria.
Yeah,
And it was interesting because we had planned ourselves. We'll get on the ferry.
Yeah,
we'll get there,
so
call an Uber.
Uber.
We're bragging. When we got there, call Uber, no Uber. Uber could not find any Uber. I'm like, how is this possible? Then I realized that when we came out of the ferry, everyone just stood on a line and we were getting on the big buses.
Yeah.
Nobody, there were a few taxis parked, but nobody was there. It was just us. I was like, what's going on here? I said, well, let me call Uber. I didn't get Uber. I said, well, we're running late. Let's get in taxi. We got in taxi. Taxi took us there. Now when it was time to come back from that place to the ferry. No Uber. No taxi. So we now had to Google. Google that gave us a taxi company. We called and the lady was like, okay, I'll be right there. And
I don't know the last time I saw where there is a taxi company.
It was really weird.
Yeah. You see, the guy that was lifting the heavy luggage, you say his name is Ola. Lifting the heavy luggage. Very muscular. So those are muscles really help.
Yes.
Hey God.
Yes.
Just like the boxes when there are books in it. You just look like, oh more. Thank you, sir. Well done, sir.
Like I said, the last city, we're all very tired. What made it worth it was family. Seeing Kenny and
Kingsley.
I kept hugging Angie. I just kept hugging her. And I was saying, I miss you. She said, I miss you. I wish I could go home with you. And I said, don't let your mommy hear.
Yes, I love the guys, Pastor Wale, Pastor Daniel, Caleb, one Pastor TJ. I had a lot of people I don't know who that made it happen.
Yeah, Precious.
Precious.
Oh.
Precious. And she makes the baddest sausages. The sandwich.
And then the smoothie.
Precious has a hand for.
Yes, that's what she does as a business, actually. That's what she does. And her being, she was on that cooked as well.
And in a simple way, she was able to push
was very
the
strong.
event.
Oh, yes.
Mama, by the way, that beans, she said she watched you cook the beans.
And just copied it.
Yes, she copied it, yes.
I think some of the strongest city leads we had were the small females.
Yeah, small and
I said the container is small, but the
This girl that came pick us, Marina.
Pick us from
Regina.
Yes. When we went shopping.
Really
Yes.
She did the IG live with you.
Yeah, she took the big people.
Yes. She drove to pick us.
Yes, she drove when we went to
I think
shopping.
an hour or so. She doesn't really stay in Regina. She came from there, took us shopping.
She said Saskatoon.
She says in Saskatoon.
Yes.
About 2 or 3 hours from something to attend the event.
Yes.
And maybe they slept over the next night.
They slept over. So where she was an hour away from where we were.
Yes, and she came. Yes.
Yes, then she took us home.
See, that's what made the whole trip worth it.
Yes.
The people. Because the trip was hectic, I won't lie. I was telling myself at some point, what on earth was I thinking we could do 7 cities. This flying is so much, 20 flights is not, it gets to you after a while.
Yes.
But when you see the warmth and the people that really made it, worth it, you just feel, it's worth it.
Yes.
It's worth it. The love,
Coming out for the people
the
was
sacrifice some of them had to make.
Yes.
Even if you don't mention your name, guys, God sees you. God honors you.
We honor you.
We honor you.
I just want to
Now, we don't know if we'll do it again. Because it was.
However, I would not lie. I'm tempted to take.
No, but just as girls will happen.
I am tempted.
Will happen in Canada. We don't know the cities yet.
But what kind of
But it happen.
We have to have free venue, Mama.
No, I told them.
They will do free venue.
Free venue, they were not doing. So we'll consider it. But I don't know about cities, the way Pascal is saying it.
Yeah, but for the. But it can't be one city now. Canada is big.
We can do 2.
Yes, two in different sides of the town. I think we can do 2. 2 is okay. It's after 2 it becomes hectic. After 2 it becomes hectic. Thank God. Because 7 was not a joke. And especially the times when we had to.
Time zone.
Times like the Halifax one, we had to fly to Halifax, fly back to Toronto, to fly to Regina. So
Yes.
it was just.
Toronto, Vancouver flight, 5 hours.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
That was where I knew that we had signed in for what?
And I don't think we knew that that it was 5 hours until we got on
That I'm telling you, this from that
It
trip.
was when we got on the plane. How long is this? And they say 5 hours. I say, wait.
It was from that trip I knew that we had signed in on what we didn't know about.
And the three of us, we didn't have, nobody had, we just got there. The next thing, after like 30 minutes, people now started whipping out their arsenals.
In-flight entertainment.
But Blessing made sure that it never happened. She was going to carry her bag. You see, everything's over. When I will carry it.
Because in fact, that was another major shock about how big Canada is. Because the weekend before Canada, we were in Kenya. We flew 5 hours, Lagos to Nairobi. 5 hours. Then we flew Toronto to Vancouver, Canada to Canada, 5 hours. But did you guys, in the 3 weeks, did you guys miss your family? Are you talking to your kids?
Okay. To be honest, I think that's the really hard. That's the hard. Let me not say the really hard, but the hardest part of this thing. Your kids asking you all the time, when are you coming back? Oh, it's so hard. And then, of course, we didn't have so much time in between.
And the time difference.
Time
difference too, so you can't talk to them.
And then most of them are now growing a bit, so they know exactly what they want. And mommy girls, of course, want to make it up to them. So you want to buy what they want. So you have to go and look for Akedo, look for Naruto, look for Goku, look for Power Ranger. We just had to try in between. And we barely had the time. So we'd finish shopping and come back just to take a bath, pack, and get ready to move again. So it was really hard. And when they want to talk to us, we're supposed to be sleeping. And they'll be asking you deep questions.
I don't know I don't know who you are. I'm trying to recognize who you are because I'm dazed.
And then still having to, because Pastor Maka is the admin pastor of David's Christian Center. So still having to run that. Blessing still having to run accounts.
Everybody's still having to do and that still had to be. She was scheduling counseling at the wrong hours. So everybody's has to be doing things from.
I was just thinking that there was one client, Ada, and I promised 2 sessions on this trip. We're even bragging, don't worry, we're together, we'll make it happen. The girl called me, I said, no, that is with me. She's on it. I guarantee you, we'll have at least a minimum of 2 sessions. Half session. That session did not happen. It was that hectic. There was really no breathing space. And I kind of was, I was happy that Ada was on this trip with me, because now she understands when I tell her that Ada, I'm so tired. She said, Mama, it's just 1 hour. Mama, I can't just 1 hour. You will not need to talk to them again. And you will rest. Do it once on this trip. She didn't remember. Like I was just laughing.
So how it was. Because when you're not flying, you're just catching your breath and preparing for the next flight.
So. I actually remembered. I didn't forget. I was actually speaking with them, but I knew there was no point.
Because you even in the state of mind.
But it was worth it.
Oh, definitely. Canada was worth it. Canada was good. I'm happy. I'm happy we did it. And we thank God there was no incident. No cancellation, no emergencies, all those things. Because 7 cities, a lot of travel, and there was no drama. Except when Blessing forgot her passport.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
okay. Which I feel like it was done on purpose.
Because I still believe that's okay. When we got to Halifax, it was so cold.
And I wouldn't have
It was so cold. Blessing wouldn't have been able to cope. So I think that when she got to there, because Blessing is not the kind, she's one of the most detailed people I know. So she's not the kind of person that can forget something. So I think that she goes there and her angel just said, this girl wants to give me extra work this night. I cannot bring that son in the night. It's easier to keep her passport. He collected her passport and took it back home. That's the only explanation. Because the next day, when Blessing landed,
it was sunny.
I came with son. She came with her son.
Yes.
So how was it possible? I suspect that she did not forget her passport.
The cold that evening.
Yes, it was very cold.
Blessing was that, no, Blessing.
No, you wouldn't have.
No, this is not that. For me to tell you to
bring jackets.
Me, I'm never cold. I said, Blessing, help me. I say, Mama, what do you say? I say, go to my room. On the chair, bring my jacket. Blessing, I'm begging you.
But that was a scare though, because if Blessing wasn't going to make it, that would have disrupted things.
But she had made it. It was okay.
Well, thank God, somehow there was no major. Even there was no time they cancelled our flight.
Yes.
But we were able to also get
another. There was supposed to be a strike.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a strike.
Yes, of the pilots. Yes.
So you just see God's hand.
Yes.
And you know, someone was it Neka or somebody in the prayer team? Was it Neka?
Yes.
She said that for some reason she had a nudging that there was going to be some disruption, and she had to pray about it that it wouldn't happen, and that was actually the disruption.
So you see God protecting things, and thank God for the prayer team, because people don't know that these things. We're just laughing here. There are people praying. That's their job.
I really need to thank our prayer team.
Yes.
I really headed by Dr. Rizzo. God bless her and the team.
And all the other people that are praying too.
Yes.
Thank you, because a lot of people sent me words.
And other people,
that God was telling them and everything. So that meant a lot. Because really, if there was any cancellations, flights, it would affect everything. But somehow there was no disruptions. And even when there was the mini strike that they cancelled the flight earlier in the day, we had enough time to catch the next one and meet the event. So that was close. And even in places like Halifax, immediately we left, I heard there was a wildfire. That probably would have affected also the event. And I trust they are fine. Trust a lot of people in Halifax are fine. Our heart goes out to you. That's our future, our potential future. So fire will command you to stop. You can't stop anything. Are you guys looking forward to the US? 9 cities.
Before we go to US, Kachi, we have to hear.
Commander
Kachi. Phenomenal guy. He's my brother.
I sing on the cake.
We had to sit down and try to study what Kachi's personality type was. We had to do a meeting to try and debate it because he was just showing different strengths of almost all the temperaments. Because there are times he will have incredible sense of details. Then he also had incredible motivation, like a choleric. He had details like a melancholy. Then he had good humor, relation like a sanguine. Because even the time that the guy I talk about that drove me on the Formula One driving, the Ngozi guy, that drove me from my train to Montreal because we were running late. So the guy had to do many stunts with the beat. Look like we're doing all those movies, all the Fast and Furious. The guy was driving cool and beating things, thank God there was no police because really we broke.
Obedient people. Just so they can be kind.
When the guy was driving me, Kachi didn't know Kachi called the guy, and the guy was on speaker. Kachi didn't know I was listening, and I saw the way Kachi was motivating the guys. Thank you. How are you guys doing? How many minutes out are you? God bless. I saw the way he was. He connects with everybody. Every time you hear him talking to his people, and he doesn't know you're there. You see how he connects with all of them. He will speak their language. He will have something. Very sanguine. He will have something that they both gist together. Like this guy, he was speaking local dialect with the guy. I was like, wow, this guy.
And he also understood the assignment and his role in it. It was so amazing. I didn't meet him when he was in Nigeria, but when we spoke, we clicked. So even if some issues where maybe some of the city leads did not agree with, myself and Kachi were always on the same page. We're like, Pastor Amaka, don't worry. I'll sort it out. So the understanding of the assignment and the detail,
The way he called Ngozi when I was in the car was something I was touched. And he spoke to the guy, and they gisted.
Papa, even how for this flight, Papa said 20 flights. We have our boarding passes. He would send it so we just walk in, check in.
That made so much of a difference. He would have checked us in, send our boarding pass on the group. So everybody already has their boarding pass before I get to the airport. And the way they just
scan. And he knew everybody's preference. So he'll be like, Amaka, I've gotten you. I've done this one. Amazing.
He showed us all the strengths of all the personalities.
Interestingly, I think what I love the most about him is the fact that even though he was city lead, this thing was not done in his own city.
Yes,
he did not care.
It wasn't done in his own city.
He did not care. He traveled to other cities to enjoy the conference, to support them, and to make things work. He did for once say, how can I be country lead? You will not come to Montreal. He didn't say one thing. He just kept moving.
Commander Kachi.
That I must hail Kachi's wife.
I had to go and hug her because we met in Montreal. Our office was near where we went. I said that you have to come because I can't be in Montreal and not see you. And I hugged her and said, I know everybody's shouting catch you, but I know that you have to make sacrifices. You have to stay with the child and hold the home front. And you have to have a good heart to release your husband. Because I'm sure they had many sleepless nights. All the meetings they had to be in. So.
And she could have been a week.
Yes, I'm telling you. Yes.
Well, I know she's coming to US. I'm so excited. Yes, she's coming to US.
We can do it.
In fact, what I don't think we should do, we have to also try and bring Dami, the UK country lead to the US, so that we'll just have a country, all the 3 countries, we'll have a dinner or lunch.
Okay.
But we don't have Australia yet now. Let's do Australia country lead. Let's do for Europe. Africa, we don't have African country. For United States.
Oh my.
What do you guys think? 9 cities.
I'm excited. Me.
Yes, our guys was good.
The planning, the team in the US.
So the energy is amazing.
Yes.
I love them. The energy is even the ticket sales are already great. You know, they've started at a good momentum.
Free halls.
Yes.
Got a lot of free halls.
Free halls.
That helps us.
As long as blessing doesn't have to pay.
I'm telling you.
No, but to be honest, I think God is set to do something in the US because we have 9 cities. We got 7 free. The 2 that they're not free, one person paid 100% for one of the cities. And the last city, the price that we were supposed to charge was I'm not going to say it was high. They brought it down. The city, the people that are in charge of it are raising money to pay. So you can see the money. You can see it. So I'm
I pray I come back. I pray I come back. I just stay there. Because after 3 weeks in Canada, I didn't know that I was ready to go back to Nigeria. Yeah, because I'd gotten used to the way things work. You just go. You don't even think of light. You don't think of traffic. You don't think about. You just move. So I was wondering, am I ready to go back to the wild? After staying in the zoo for this long, am I ready to go back to the wild?
And interestingly, I'm very quick to adapt.
Yeah, you do well. I don't know how you do it.
If I'm in Canada, I adjust. If I'm come back to Nigeria, my mind.
I was going through mixed emotions. So
wherever I am, I just.
And I was always hearing about fuel queues and even I'm like, am I sure I want to go back into the wild? You know.
From time to time, I'll just remind him. I say, your children.
I'll bring my children.
That one. I say, will you bring David's recession card too?
Yeah, my church.
That one.
Because they give me time. I should spend outside. If I stay longer than that time,
and then, of course, all your adopted kids. Because they will say, I have to do meeting with those guys at home. I can't. Where is Gideon? Where is Dutchie?
Canada was beautiful. America.
Yes.
We're ready. We're excited. 9 cities.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to be.
Prepare spirit.
Because now it's feeling excited. Because that Canada thing we're like robots. We're just like robots. We're never thinking
I didn't know the time. I didn't know the day.
Time difference.
But all in all, it was a great.
Oh, definitely worth it. Won't pass it up for anything. Definitely worth it. So, in closing, maybe I should give 30 seconds, 1 minute final words. So, start from.
Okay, a big thank you to all the volunteers that made this work. Thank you so much. God bless you. And just know that you are a partaker of the blessing.
Yeah, so volunteers, amazing. My city leads, because everything rises and falls on leadership. How you guys pulled through and listened to everything I said and put things together just as I said. I love you guys. Amazing people. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. And God truly bless you.
A big shout out to all the volunteers that made this happen. God bless you. And I love every one of you, both the ones I've mentioned their names and the ones that I haven't. But even more than that, I am so grateful for my pastors. And it means a lot. I didn't even know it at the beginning. But to be part of this service, it's amazing. To be able to help families, changing the world, one family at a time. You don't know what families are going through. And to be part of a mission that brings hopes to this generation and to the generation to come is big, and I'm so honored to be part of this program. And for every one of you that helped in this program, you're partakers of this blessing. Thank you.
Don't make us cry, please.
Honestly.
Okay, so for me, to all the volunteers, but more especially to the guest services, protocol and welfare. See, we couldn't have done this thing without food. Forget it.
Food.
We needed food. Because it was the engine. See, we needed it. We needed it. And the fact that people could get us, African food, continental, and African food is more expensive over there. Amazing. And when we say this one, we're now selecting this one, you will still go, no. Thank you so much. And then the protocol team that is on standby every time we need to go out. I don't know, I think you left your jobs. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. And like Ada said to our parents, it's one thing to know that you can serve. It's another thing to find where to serve. Thank you for giving me the platform to serve, to find where to serve. I could have the ability to do something, but if I don't have the platform to do it, then it's a problem. Thank you.
I'm telling you guys should please stop. First of all, I just want to say thank God. Thank God that I met and married this man, because honestly, I don't know anyone else who is crazy enough to say, let's just go, leave everything behind, and let's go and try to change the world. Yes. And it feels like Pinky and the Brain, right? Every day we wake up trying to change the world. Thank you to everyone. You guys know my heart. Thank you to everyone who bought a ticket, who believed in what we're doing.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who sold the tickets. Thank you to those who brought their friends. Thank you to those who could understand English, those who could not. Thank you to everyone, those who even made it a bit difficult for us, because it made us pray. It helped us bring out our people skills. Thank you. And I really want to say a big thank you to Kachi. Commander Kachi, you are phenomenal. Phenomenal. You and your wife, God will bless you guys and your child. Thank you for the commitment. Then, of course, the team leads, everyone. It was a huge honor to be the ones that God sent to do this, and we'll never take it for granted. And for me, Canada was dress rehearsals. America, here we go.
So, definitely want to thank God. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of things could have gone wrong, weather, flights, but somehow God made sure everything went smoothly. Even when we needed miracles, like Amaka's visa, and other miracles, God pulled through. So want to thank God first for a safe and fruitful trip. Everything we needed was supplied.
Yes.
Both in terms of manpower and financial resources. And spiritual resources. There was grace in all the meetings. So lives were changed, souls were won. So we thank God for that. Then again, I want to thank the volunteers. I know it's a lot of sacrifice, especially in the Western world where everything is per hour. So when people dedicate their time to serve like that, it's a big sacrifice. So I appreciate your volunteers. We can't mention all your names, you know that. But God sees you, and God will reward your labor of love. He said He will never forget your labor of love. So we pray for you that you'll be the first partaker of the fruit, and wherever you two need help, God will always send you help. In the name of Jesus. Your health is preserved. Your own home and marriage is preserved. And your finances are blessed. In the name of Jesus. So for all those that bought tickets and those that gave, some people just sent us seeds, to support the thing, and that really went a long way. So God bless you. God replenish you financially. Then the city leads, you guys are amazing. I know you know that. You guys, it was good meeting you physically. I've been hearing your names, but now I met all of you physically, and it was great. And I hope we can do more things together as time goes on. So thank you for your service. Thank you for the sacrifice. Then for these amazing ladies that are here, that left their families, left their jobs, and came on this trip. The sacrifice, lugging the luggages, you know, all of those things were heavy. Selling resources, doing organizing, a lot of sacrifice. A lot of time, even after the event, they are planning the next one, talking to the next city. Do you have banners? Do you have books? Do you have so? There's a lot. So
making sure we were not stressed.
Making sure we were not stressed. Also, you know, so. Thank you to the amazing team. Amazing team. Yeah. Definitely look forward to seeing all of you in America. Make sure then, of course, the on-ground team, the team that didn't travel, but they were making sure things were working on that side. You guys are amazing. Without your support, also, it would have been really, really tough out there. So, thank you, all the LDM team here, Uche, Bumi, Gideon, Chisom, Dochi, and Jerry, and Penuel, Joy, Rahila, all the team. I can't mention everybody, but all the Rina, everybody that was, that was out here, Lawrence, everybody making sure graphics and things, videos, everything we needed to come out. Thank you guys. Then, of course, I want to thank my wife.
Oh,
yes.
That's me, by the way.
If she was a troublesome wife, it would have been difficult to do this. And beyond her just being peaceful and all that, she's actually an engine room herself. Because she's bridging the gap between me and the people and the team and everything. When I'm upset, she's the one that tries to calm me down. Because I can get upset after all this work, this, so she will calm me down.
People don't know that. You don't know you get upset.
I get upset sometimes. So then, of course, my kids, they're part of this sacrifice.
They're a huge part of it.
Their parents are not around as they would like. And they always ask us, when are you coming back? Then when you come back, they say, when are you traveling again? They've got the used to the system now. You know, but next year is parenting here. We're not traveling anywhere. We'll travel, but not as much. We'll be home with them.
That's getting changed.
We will.
That's what you said.
You know, so I want to thank them, you know, for being there. Then I want to thank our DCC family.
Oh, yes. Thank you for being
yes, they are showing their pastors to the world. Thank you for all those that stay committed, because when pastors travel like this, some members want to leave and go somewhere else. But thank you for the real members of DCC that know that they're also part of those sowing this seed to the world, and it's always good to be a part of something greater than yourself. So thank you guys. Then the New York and New Jersey team. Oh my God. You know, I had to especially thank Amaka for raising such a great army. Because, you know, if not that those people were there, that movement, New York, New Jersey people, Michael Emmanuel, Itunu, so many of them, I can't remember your names, sorry. But they made it, because the airport we landed in New York, JFK, is not the one we are using to fly from LaGuardia. So these guys will come pick us from JFK, take us to LaGuardia, help us check in, and they had to rent a bus to carry us our luggage. So much. Check us into LaGuardia. Then when we were returning again, they had to come and pick us in LaGuardia and take us to JFK. And even when we had Amaka had to stay behind, they had to help her. Even when Blessing and Ada also had to stay behind. So man, that team in particular, and they were there all the time. They were there on time. You know, they were there, available, even though it wasn't their tour.
They were part of it.
So now I understand how mafia people enjoy life now, because they have people everywhere. So if you offend me here, you travel somewhere, have somebody there that deal with you. That's the lesson. We have people everywhere. That will do. We don't have to come all the way. So that New York and New Jersey team, in fact, oh man, you guys were amazing.
Amazing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you.
Thank you.
We don't know what we'll see again, but we'll see again. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
And America.
Here we come.